Hello, hello. What's up? I know. I'm like extra late. It's Friday night, and I bet you're still up. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me. Hey, do me a favor for those that missed me. For coming on earlier. Could you please share it? Share this video so they can get wind of it later on. I would greatly appreciate it. Sharing is caring. At least that's what they say, right? Sharing is caring. But anyways, I was kind of contemplating did I want to go live tonight or should I just take the night off and not do something? But my producer had a very valid point. That the stuff that's going on right now. That she said, "Do you really want to take a break when you see this stuff happening?" And I'm like, I really can't. And I have to come on here and talk about some of the stuff that's happening right now in our everyday lives. And we can't ignore this any longer, right? We can't ignore it. Now, you have the left, of course, they would love for us to ignore everything that we're seeing happening right now. And I'm going to share some of this stuff with you tonight. And again, it is late. And I understand. So please hit the share button. For those of you that are joining me, thank you. God bless you. Thank you so much for your support. You just being here says a lot. Says a lot to me. Okay, so let me just start off this way. I put it on my YouTube channel. I hadn't put it on Rumble yet, but I put it on YouTube and I put it on Facebook. I went to a Robert Francis O'Rourke event that was, pretty much kind of right down the street from me. I went to this event, and when I went, I had on I guess you could say it was an ultra mega Republican t-shirt that I have on my website. And I'm in there and I'm just standing there. Because, most of the time when people go to these Robert Francis O'Rourke events, they'll heckle him and he'll just start yelling off, cursing at the person who's heckling him. So all I did was just stand there with my shirt on, and they're like looking at me. Who's this black dude here with that ultra mega Republican t-shirt on? I'm like, who's this black dude? What does he think he's doing? And what you didn't hear, for those of you that saw it, what you didn't hear before I hit the record button and started going, recording it, there was a lot of white liberals saying, but you're black. And I'm like, what does that even mean? But I'm black. And they go, but you're going against your interests. And I'm like, really? And see this, and once you see the truth, you can't unsee it. And for these white liberals to tell me that I'm going against my interests, like, hey, you need to be back on this plantation. We're here to take care of you. You can't do for yourself. But they have it in their minds that they know what's best for you. They know what's best for me. They know what's best for our society, our children, our economy, our country. They know what's best for our world in their minds. And that's the way they act. And it was quite a few of them. One of the things I did, and someone was recording it for me, at least I thought they were recording it for me, but they didn't get it afterwards when I was done doing the video. I would have loved to shown it to you, but it's just all in memory now. I was holding a flag that said Texas for Trump, and I just walked past them. I wasn't even saying anything. And I can't tell you how many times they were cursing at me. They were telling me I'm number one. They were just being completely nasty. And I wasn't saying anything. And this is the way I see it. When I talk to these people, all I have to do is just show up and don't even say anything. It's like fishing. So I'm the bait. I go out there and I plant the bait. And then when for those of you that go fishing, you know what I'm talking about. If there's like a school of fish and they see one fish start taking at the bait, then other fish will go, what's going on? And then other fish will start wanting to take on that bait. They'll start snapping at it, snap. And that's exactly what happened. Because what y'all didn't see in the video, there were some other people that were snapping, yelling at me, trying to tell me that I'm confused and, that I'm there's something wrong with me. One lady, she touched my arm. She said, I'm so sorry for you. It'll be okay. And and I'm talking to these people, and I just laugh because the level of ignorance just not. There's nothing you can do. I mean, all we can do is be examples and show these people how wrong they are. But that's all we can do. We can pray for them, but that's the extent of it. Trying to get these people to see and recognize the truth, that's long gone. Now, there's a few people out there that still, and that's the reason why I go to events like that. And that's why I show them to you. So hopefully, and I'm praying that somebody, at least one person, will see the video and see how they're acting and say, do we really act that way? And then they open up their eyes. Just plant the seed. That's all I'm doing. Because you notice I didn't curse at them, right? I didn't curse at them. I wouldn't, I call them Democrats because they support everything of Satan. But I wasn't, talking. I wasn't talking down to them. I was trying to have a civil conversation. But anyways, I do have a few things that I want to share with you tonight. Just a few here, okay? If I can, I just want to share a few. Because the stuff that's happening in our country, it all comes along with the Democrats, right? The Democrats have done all this stuff. And like I said in the video, talking to these liberals, these progressives, they're completely out of touch with reality. You know what their issues are? Their issues are not issues that are affecting. Their issues are not issues that can actually make it better for America. Their issues are woke issues. Do you understand that? The left, all of their issues pertain to wokeness. So that's what their biggest thing is, that they're fighting for wokeness. They're not fighting to try to bring down the deficit. They're not trying to bring down the gas price. They're not concerned about the economy. Beto, even Robert Francis O'Rourke, aka fake Mexican Beto, not even Mexican. So he said that the reason why the United States of America is in a recession is because of Governor Abbott. He literally said that. He said that's the reason why we're in a recession, because of Governor Abbott. These people are completely out of touch. And he knows good and well that we're in a recession because of Joe Brandon and the Democrats. But people are waking up. We can't ignore it any longer. We can't ignore what's happening. I want to share this with you. I want to share something with you where this was from Fox Digital. And they're actually talking to just various people, and people are understanding and they're waking up to what the Democrat Party has been doing to this nation. They're understanding who's doing it.
Man, it's horrible in the United States.
Our gas prices are horrible. Our economy is horrible. We should be doing more production here, be more self-sufficient here locally than trying to go overseas and try to get money and stuff from them and gas from them and oil from them. That doesn't make sense when we can do it here.
Because Biden is trying to destroy America.
Just because of gas prices, and I think the economy is slowing down. I in the construction industry, and it's definitely slowed down.
You hear this? So all of this, everyone is really understanding who's actually done this, who caused the problems in the United States of America. People are starting to get it. And I have something that I want to share with you. About what the Democrats have caused. The Democrats have caused more chaos in this nation, and they're literally, if we could continue down this path, the United States of America will become a third world nation overnight. Y'all remember the Summer of Love, right? You remember all the chaos and all of the violence that was taking place during the Summer of Love, and how they were going around and just burning up vehicles, attacking people, destroying buildings, destroying property. That was estimated over $1 billion in property damage, over $1 billion in insurance claims, over $1 billion in insurance claims throughout the nation because of what the Democrats have done. It's not because of the Republicans. But there's some sourpuss Republicans out there. Now, to give you an example of what the Democrats, or the Democrats in this case, have been doing to the United States of America, this is exactly it right here. What you see on the screen is at a 7-Eleven in LA. They blocked up the street And while they're blocking up the street, no police officers can get in there. The law can't even do anything. There's probably hundreds of people out here, and they're out in front of a 7-Eleven. And this type of stuff is happening more and more, not just in California, but it's happening throughout the nation. And of course, you get the liberal media to ignore it. And I'm going to tell you, majority of the people that's in this crowd, they're black and they're Hispanic. It is what it is. I didn't make it up. You can see it. This is LA. And they're all, and when you know, because I've seen a lot of blacks and Hispanics in LA, they like to fight with one another. But when it comes to looting, I guess they all got a, common thing. This is a growing trend, and they're doing nothing about it. And then you have the law saying that they're going to do more about it because they take the vehicles and they block them up, and they say they're going to take the vehicles away. And they're acting like this is something new. This is not anything new. Look at this. Look at all these people, and they're going into the 7-Eleven. Look at this. It's remarkable. Just a total chaos. And they're ravishing everything and taking everything they can. I mean, look at this. This is like the norm for the left, for leftist cities. This is the new norm. What kind of society are we becoming? Look at this. I mean, come on. And then of course you have the police. The police, they have to address it in LA. And there are some good cops in LA. I'll say this, just like there are good FBI agents, just not on the 7th floor. But there are some good cops. But this type of stuff, this is not anything new. This has been going on for more than 2 years.
They're going to start doing this kind of stuff, and you're going to start inconveniencing people and locking down freeways and taking over. Cars are going to start disappearing real soon.
Cars are going to start disappearing real soon. Look at this. This is LA, everybody, in front of a 7-Eleven, and they blocked off the streets, and they just went in there and started tearing up everything. Started stealing, just taking everything. And this is the new norm. And you talk about the lawlessness. The lawlessness that we're seeing take place is growing. And people try to tell me that we're not living in the last days. Right? Of course, we've had looting and we've had violence and stuff, but what you see here on the screen, this is becoming the norm. You understand what I'm telling you? Just complete, total lawlessness. And of course, this is the type of stuff that the Biden administration supports. Kamala Harris was bailing people out during the Summer of Love. Y'all know exactly, I'm telling you the truth. She said it, and she was like, she didn't want them to stop during the Summer of Love. You know why she didn't want them to stop? Because it was political. Had all those people out there tearing up everything for political gain. That's the reason why she didn't want them to stop. And this right here, this is part of them tearing down the nation. Can you imagine what happens when the food crisis plateaus? Is anyone grasping what I'm talking about here? Imagine, because the food crisis has not gone away. It has not gone away. We're still in the middle of a recession, and the food prices are still going up. And more people are starting to get desperate. Gas is still an issue. But they like for all of us to believe that everything is fine, that the Biden administration is here to save the day, and all they are doing is making things worse. This is the result of what the Biden administration is doing, what the Democrats are doing on the Capitol Hill. This is a result of that. And it's not just these Democrats. We have rhino Republicans doing the exact same thing. Rhino Republicans bending backwards for these Democrats. One prime example is Mitch McConnell. I've talked about Mitch McConnell so much. Mitch McConnell will never, ever allow me to interview him. I wouldn't be surprised if he hadn't seen one of my videos saying, look, this guy's talking about you. Because Mitch McConnell, he is a traitor. Yes, I said that. Mitch McConnell is a traitor to the U.S. Constitution. He's a traitor to the Republican Party. He's a traitor to the United States of America. He's no different than these Democrats. He's no different. He is no different. He's already given up the Senate this midterm election. Do y'all hear what I'm telling you? Mitch McConnell said, well, and he's basically saying because the Trump supporters or the Trump, the people that President Trump has endorsed, they're winning. They are winning. And because they are winning, Mitch McConnell doesn't like it. Because that just shows Mitch McConnell that he does not control the GOP. And it shows Mitch McConnell that President Trump still has a lot of say-so. And he doesn't like it, along with Lindsey Graham. And McCarthy, he just riding the wave because this is the way the wave is going. Listen to what Tucker says about Mitch McConnell. It's so spot on. And then he's going to actually play another small clip with Mitch McConnell. And you need to pay attention and listen to what Mitch McConnell says.
But first, let's hear from Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell is the head Republican in the Senate. He's not there because everyone likes him. McConnell has no close friends. He's loved by no one. But he's considered very smart. He is a master tactician, as the dummies who cover politics for Politico and the Washington Post are always telling us. In Washington, people are very much afraid of Mitch McConnell. Cross him and he will hurt you. And they listen carefully to his political analysis because that's what he spent his life doing. That's the only thing he spent his life doing. So here's what Mitch McConnell says the problem is. Watch.
There's probably a greater likelihood the House flips than the Senate. Senate races are just different. They're statewide. Candidate quality has a lot to do with the outcome.
You hear that? He said candidate quality has a lot to do with the outcome. And he's talking about those that were endorsed by President Trump and those that are winning, that are Republicans. That's not the type of Republican that he wants. Mitch McConnell, he wants the same type of Republicans that exist in the minds of Liz Cheney and Adam Kissinger. That's the type of Republicans that Mitch McConnell is looking for. Or Mitt Romney and even Lindsey Graham. That's the type he's looking for. So he's just succeeded right there. Okay, you know what? It's done. We're not even into the midterm to the general election yet, but he's just going to say, okay, we're going to throw in the towel. The Democrats going to take the Senate. We're just going to give it to them. That's exactly what he just did. Listen to what Tucker says.
So there's the head Republican in the Senate conceding 3 months out that Republicans are probably not going to retake the Senate. Why is that? Well, the answer, of course, was in the final line you just heard. Some of the candidates are mediocre. That's Mitch McConnell's excuse. And there's some truth in that, obviously. Some of them are mediocre. But compared to what? Mediocre in the Congress? Well, let's see. Dianne Feinstein hasn't spoken a coherent sentence in years, hasn't had trouble getting reelected. Eric Swalwell had sex with a Chinese spy. He's still there. So mediocre people get elected to office. Lots and lots and lots of them do. Every cycle. So what McConnell's analysis really is, of course, is buck passing. Don't blame me. I didn't choose these people. All right.
Exactly. You hear that? Don't blame me. I didn't choose these people. President Trump did. President Trump did. And that's why Mitch McConnell doesn't like it. He doesn't want anyone coming into the Senate, standing up to him, letting him know that he's not doing his job. I'm saying it big as day. Mitch McConnell, do your job. Stop bending over for these Democrats. But see, he, just like Liz Cheney, they're making millions of dollars, and people want to know why, right? Liz Cheney just I think the last I saw was $36 million that she's worth now. When she went in, she was like $7 million, but she only makes like 170 something thousand a year, but she's, multi-millionaire now. How did that happen?
But they're still the nominees. So if you want to save the country and move in a different direction, yes, using some mediocre people to do it, what are you going to do? No hint of what you might do for Mitch McConnell other than just accept the inevitable. Now, the truth is, it's entirely possible Mitch McConnell doesn't want to retake the Senate because then you'd have to run things. And there's one thing Republican leaders dislike, it's running anything. Much easier to complain on Fox News.
Exactly. Much easier to complain on Fox News. And he doesn't want to do anything against the Democrats because if he did, he would actually be standing up to them. But he's not doing that. How in the world is Mitch McConnell still there? Right? Just along with Lindsey Graham, when it's been clear. And I told everybody, and I'm still sticking to this. I'm willing to bet that Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham and probably even McCarthy and a few other Republicans, Rhino Republicans, made a backdoor deal with the Democrats to remove President Trump. This is the way I'm playing it out in my head, and I prove me wrong. They said, help us get rid of President Trump and we'll get your party back. These idiots believed them. These idiot rhinos believed the Democrats. Nancy Pelosi, Nancy Pelosi was in the mix. Chuck Schumer was in the mix. Jerry Nadler, all of them was in the mix, convincing these stupid rhinos to go along with it. So as a result, look at the United States of America today. We have the looting, we have the rioting. The gas prices, our economy, the food prices, there's still a food crisis, people. The media is just not talking about it. They're not talking about it. They're not even, there's some economists were saying that by this time next year, that it's going to be so bad that it very well could look like Venezuela. And y'all know what happened in Venezuela? They didn't have any more zoo animals. There weren't any pets running around the street. Does that tell you how bad it was? And they're literally trying to crumble the United States of America. And I'm not telling you to be doom and gloom. I'm telling you this so you can prepare. Stop getting scared and start getting prepared. For anyone watching right now, you're like, oh my goodness, it's so... Stop being scared and start getting prepared. You are a child of God. There's no reason for you to be scared, but acknowledge what is happening and get ready. You understand what I'm telling you? Acknowledge what is happening and get ready. No time. We don't have time to be scared. But you do, as of right now, you have a little time to prepare. Even though stuff has gone through the roof, prices have gone through the roof, you've got to get ready.
But if you actually wanted to win, what would you do? Well, here's an idea, just kind of out of nowhere, just spitballing here. How about you run on issues that voters care about? That might work, even for a mediocre candidate. So let's say, again, just for the sake of argument, that you ran a campaign on illegal immigration and crime. Now, these are two issues that didn't just arise out of nowhere. They're the product of policies the Democratic Party put in. They were intentional outcomes. We have millions of people coming in illegally, and we have a lot more murders than we had 2 years ago.
A lot more murders than we had 2 years ago. A lot more. I mean, there's reports out there left and right showing gun violence, and they're talking about the guns, and the only way they say that they can fix it is by disarming you, the law-abiding citizen. If they can disarm you, they're saying that we can fix all of these issues. Like, you don't deserve to have a firearm to protect you and yourself and your family. No, you don't deserve that. How dare you want to have a weapon to protect your family? And they're like, well, if we take all the guns, then you don't have to worry about having to protect your family because no one has the guns. Stupid people. The criminals are not going to give them up. The criminals are not going to give them up. And of course, as bad as it is, these Democrats, they know exactly what they're doing to us. Now, I told you, like, all the crime is through the roof right now, right? Y'all seen it. Y'all seen the 7-Eleven. That's just one. There's many more. And they've already overwhelmed the police department to the point where it happens and the police department really can't even do anything. It's like it's out of their league type of violence is happening, type of crime. It makes me think about, and I don't know, I'm probably dating myself here, and I remember a long time ago, I watched this movie called The Warriors. And there was another movie called Escape from New York, right? And it makes me think about how, and watching those movies, like, thinking like, wow, this is just a movie. It can never get to this point. But it's just one chaos away from it. It really is. It's just one chaos from that. And I think we're going to end up seeing it. It's just like that. For those of you who know what I'm talking about, Escape from New York, it was total violence. It was so bad in New York, they had to block it off and allow all the criminals in there to just have the city. It was that bad. Then they had another one, Escape from LA. It was that bad, and they had to block it off. That's what's happening. Just the lawlessness. And then, of course, you have your Democrats. They have destroyed all of these cities that they have control over. And they want to destroy cities that are controlled by Republicans. That's why they keep shipping all of these people to Republican states, because they want to destroy them. And the homelessness has just grown. People are leaving like no tomorrow. This one is about Portland. Listen.
For sale signs line what were once sought-after neighborhoods in North Portland.
It makes you not feel that great about living here.
Many families are moving out of the city, escaping the homelessness and crime that's taking over the streets.
It makes living in the neighborhood harder and just not as congenial as it could be.
Greg Dilks has lived in North Portland for 30 years and says homeless camps along the Peninsula Crossing Trail near his home have changed the area.
It's the first time in a long time that we've actually seriously thought about moving.
Mental health, drug addiction, and just not having access to housing.
Mark Smith and Maria Inocencio share a backyard with the camp. They often don't feel safe walking alone or tending to their gardens.
I mean, you know what? And this, for the left, this is the liberal utopia. This is exactly it. This is what they want to create. They want to create all of us, living in tents, while the rest of the liberals, and you have to have a liberal mindset, because that's the only way you'll have luxuries. Because as I'm sitting here talking, these progressive liberals right now, they're trying to figure out how to implement this social credit score, your social score. You know what I'm talking about? Your social credit score, based on the posts that you do online, based on the way you think. And if you don't think the way they want you to, they can eliminate you from society. Why do you think they're pushing so hard right now for the digital currency? Why do you think they're doing that? They're actually doing it. People are not paying. What do you think that chip deal was all about? Do you think the chip deal was just about Intel making computer chips for computers? Computer chips for cars? No. That chip deal is a lot more. They are getting ready to implement a digital currency in the United States of America. Hear me now, believe me later on. And they're going to do this because they want to control the currency. Why do you think the IRS is just only going to come after people, in these small businesses, small businesses or, entrepreneurs? You think that it's going to come after them? They're going to go after everybody. And I think personally, because they're arming them, they're going to use this IRS. This is just my personal opinion on this. They're going to use this IRS with the 87,000 armed agents to implement their digital currency. It's just, I'm telling you, we are on the verge of just total collapse in the United States of America, and these tyrants, they are coming for all of us. They're coming for all of us. It's like, I don't know how to show it to you, explain it to you, other than what you already seen yourself. This is happening, and we can't not ignore it. We can't continue to ignore it. We can't go on and say it's not happening or it won't happen in my lifetime. I can't tell you how many people have told me that in the past. Oh, this won't happen in my lifetime. I've heard so many people say that. Won't happen in my lifetime. Well, guess what? It's your lifetime. And it's happening. So now what? People that used to constantly say that to me, oh, this thing going to happen in our lifetime. And I said, look, I'm seeing this stuff coming. And they said it was not going to happen in our lifetime. And then when the stuff I was telling them I see coming, then I talk to them. They don't even want to say anything about it. They don't want to talk to them. Then, or they grow amnesia. No, I never said that. I never said that. It's clear I can see it happening. Yet now you see it. And that's just it, right? I'm telling everybody about the digital currency, and a lot of people are just like, they're not hearing it. But then, you know, when it happens, y'all gonna be like, man, there was this dude. I can't remember his name, but he had like dreadlocks. He was, you know, black dude. He said some good stuff, and I think he talked about this digital currency. I can't remember his name. And because by the time that comes like that, y'all can be like, oh, you know, wow, he was right. Y'all need to prepare. And they don't want me telling y'all to prepare. They don't want me to let you know. Many of you already know. Many of you already get it. But some people out there, and there's nothing wrong depending and leaning on God. That's what we're supposed to do. But at the same time, we're not supposed to be a lump on a log. We're not supposed to just sit on the couch and do nothing. You know, that's what I don't understand about some people. They say, well, we just need to pray. We just need to pray. Well, you need to act on your prayers. Act on them. Have faith. You pray it, you act on it in faith. Does that make sense? See, some people still don't understand that. Some people just believe, oh, I just need to pray and that's it. No, you need to pray, act on your prayers, and have faith. That's where it really comes in. Because y'all can sit there and pray about something all day long. I can pray for something all day long. But unless I act on it and have faith that God is going to answer my prayers, then what's the point? Why even pray it at all? Am I making sense to anybody? Maybe not. I'm sure somebody gets it. I'm sure somebody gets it. All right. Like I said, I'm not going to do this one too long tonight. So I'm going to make this one kind of short here. But before I do, let me say, Mandatory Carey, I see you there. Mandatory Carey did me a super chat, and thank you so much for being there. And thank you so much for that super chat. He says, keep fighting, build a get home bag. Get home bag. I call them grab bag. So you can grab it real quick. You can have different things in the bag and just grab it so you can go. Grab it, what you think, you know, there's certain things like I got to have certain things in this bag. Put it in the bag. It said 9/17 is coming. Iran, nobody cares. Iran is building up nuclear weapons. They've already said that they're going to destroy New York. And they said they're going to destroy Israel. And just not too long ago, they showed this video in New York talking about a nuclear bomb, telling people, you know, go in the basement and just wait until the radiation kills you. I mean, basically is what they're saying. It's really ridiculous. And yeah, you're right. Iran is a major issue. So, and thank you so much for that super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Okay. I don't know if we have any more here. Okay. Michelle, thank you so much for the stars. I really appreciate that, Michelle. Shannon, thank you so much as well. Marty, thank you so much. Christy, thank you. Wow, I wasn't even expecting all this. Beverly, thank you so much. I'm not going to V. I'm just going to say V. I'm sorry. Nina, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And Nancy, thank you so much. Amanda, thank you as well. And Wendy, thank you. Lenny, thank you so much. Joyce, thank you so much. And Becky, thank you. Wow. Tammy, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, I think that's it. And I already said mandatory carry. Thank you so much on there on the super chat. You know, the thing is on the Facebook stars, I know sometimes people put comments with them, but Facebook doesn't allow me to see the comments until afterwards. I wish they would let me see the comments, you know, when you do it in a star, because maybe you're saying something you'd like for me to read it, but it is what it is. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for all the blessings. And thank you so much for sharing this. Let me just take a quick look. 211 shares on Facebook. There's over 600 people on Facebook right now. What would it take to get 600 people to hit the share button on here? What would it take? What would it take? Is that asking too much? Same thing on YouTube. YouTube doesn't show me how many people shared on YouTube, but there's 124 people on YouTube. YouTube has really been hitting me hard, so it is what it is. But hey, can y'all copy the link on YouTube? Because everyone that's on YouTube, that's the only way to do it, so y'all know exactly how to do it. Please copy it and paste it on other platforms like True Social. I'm on True Social and on Getter, and we're live on Getter right now as well. For everyone that's on Getter, please. It says we have 318 people watching right now on Getter. That's pretty awesome. And we are on Rumble. We have 71 people on Rumble right now watching. So I'm asking everybody, whatever platform that you are on right now, please share this. Please share this. I greatly appreciate it. And I look at the Rumble rants sometimes, because you can do Rumble rants. It's like the Super Chatter stars on Rumble. So I greatly appreciate it when you do it there too. All right, everybody, have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay blessed. See you on the flip side. Reality check.